This is going to be the ultimate guide to understanding face shapes and haircut shapes, and have some really cool resources that you can check out after this video. So when it comes to face shape, right? The face shape that you have can really play a huge factor in the haircut that you're getting. On the flip side, and many of you are so focused on only face shapes because there's so many non-professional hair gurus giving you advice because all they think about is face shape, but they have no idea what a haircut shape is. And that's where I'm going to bring you the professional version of this when it comes to understanding haircuts, face shapes, and haircut shapes. So very similarly to face shapes, you can have a round, oval, a square face shape, a heart shape, a longer face shape, and the same thing with haircuts and haircut shapes. You can have a rounded shape, which is going to add fullness. You can have a square shape, which is going to make it very boxy and a lot more flat on top. You can have a triangular haircut shape, which is going to actually elongate this and do the opposite of what a rounded haircut shape would do. So they're extremely important when it comes to you understanding what to get when you're getting your haircut. And so many of you, again, are so focused on haircut shapes or face shapes because people who are giving you advice are not even hair professionals. They have no idea what they're talking about. So let's break this down with the face shape and then what kind of haircut shape you can get. And also, I'm just going to tell you right now as a bonus, I created 2 PDF downloadable ebooks. They're only $10 each. And you can get them by just clicking in the store right here, View Store. One's for men's hair and one is for women's hair. And it breaks down the actual haircut shapes that I'm going to be going over, but in a much more in-depth way. A haircut shape and a face shape go kind of hand in hand. If you have a square face and you cut the hair very square, that means that the haircut is going to emphasize the face shape, which means it's going to be very, very flat here and very boxy. Think of a box. It's like this, a square. So it's very, very flat and very, very boxy. What you really need to understand is most of the time you need the opposite shape of what your face shape is and the haircut shape. So I would create something more of a rounded face shape, and then that would, rounded haircut shape, which would then help to give the illusion or minimize the strongness of the face shape, okay? So I always tend to look at what kind of haircut I'm going to be getting or executing on someone more than their face shape. I look at it, but then I'm automatically going to what kind of haircut do I need to give that person, all right? And that's more of the technical side of things. So a lot of times you may be saying, oh, I have a round face shape, what's the best haircut? Oh, a mid-taper fade. Oh, I mean, that doesn't really, to me, that's just like, it could be a lot better and more in-depth. So let's just say you have a rounded face shape, right? And you're somebody who's conscious, maybe the cheekbones and through here, you want to camouflage it, you want to make your face look a bit leaner. Well, if I created a haircut where everything is very, very full, well, guess what? Watch this. So I'm creating a rounded type of shape with my hands here, just pulling everything out like so. And then what's happening is I'm making this more and more rounded, so it's accentuating this part into here. So why would I do that? So I would not cut the hair in a rounded shape. I try to cut it maybe more in a triangular shape to where, or maybe more of a square shape to where it lays flatter into here. Maybe it's a bit longer in the front, so it kind of camouflages and it elongates the face a bit more and helps narrow this in a bit. And you can see already just by me doing that, it's changing up the shape a bit. So leaving some longer hairs in the front. Anything triangular is going shorter to longer. You're always going to want the hair to be a bit longer when you're doing a triangular shape. Speaking of triangular shapes, I do have a mannequin right here with a classic bob haircut. This is like a Vidal Sassoon bob haircut, which I think is a really, really nice haircut, to be honest with you. It's probably one of my favorite haircuts to do. And the unique thing about it is that you could see it's very, very, very triangular, meaning that it's going on an angle, going shorter back here to longer in the front. This is ideal for someone who has maybe more of a rounded face, because if you expose this and you've got fuller cheekbones, or in through here it's a lot fuller, well, guess what? I just made this face look like half of the width just by doing this particular haircut. Now, if you're someone who had a longer face, an elongated face, and I created a triangular haircut on that, what's gonna happen, it's just gonna elongate the chin, it's gonna make the face look even longer. So you don't wanna be doing that. So just think about this, that usually, whatever your face shape is, you're going to need the opposite haircut shape for that. Let's just say your hair is very, very flat on top, and you wanna have this type of triangular haircut, but let's just say you want to have it with some volume too. Well, guess what? I can create a rounded shape throughout the top here, or AKA to me, just pulling everything straight out from the head and creating fullness because of the rounded shape in through here, but also leave it triangular down in through here. So I'm creating a few different haircut shapes on the face shape to make it look better and to just really, really maximize the haircutting skills so that the end result looks a lot better. You can combine the haircut shapes with the face shapes, and that's the whole point of it. That's the difference between a real professional understanding this and a non-professional giving you hair advice. When all you ever hear people talk about face shape, face shape, face shape, they have no clue what a haircut shape is. Here's another example. So this is somebody who maybe has more of a square face like this. So by closing this in, you're noticing that the jawline in through here, right? This is more of a rounded shape. I'm opening this up, but it's very round looking. So that's a kind of softening up the harsh features in through the square shape. So you're creating the opposite. All of this is layered. Now, if this is very, very flat in through here, but it's also triangular because there is some length going shorter to longer in through here. So there's multiple haircut shapes on this face shape, okay? And that is what's gonna really maximize the hair. So we're camouflaging an area in through here, the cheekbones, and then we're elongating it by having some length down in through here. So essentially what we've done is we've kind of like opened up the face, but also closed off certain areas of the cheekbones, so maybe the cheekbones aren't as obvious or not as bold, and maybe you don't like your cheekbones, who knows? Or you want to kind of narrow your face down a bit more. Let's just say, okay, well, I want some volume on top now, so because I cut this with a rounded type of haircut shape, now I'm able to create fullness in through here as well. But be careful, because if you're only adding height on a square face shape or a longer face shape, watch what happens, it becomes very, very even more boxy. However, if you like that look, then you can create a square face shape or square haircut shape where it's straight across on top and you leave the corners so it lays very, very flat. Now, in the ebooks that I created, it kind of really understands and goes over the best haircuts for specific face shapes. And when I'm telling you, it's only $10 each, cheaper than your haircut, but you're gonna get probably better haircuts and learn a heck of a lot that's taken me years and years and years and thousands of dollars to learn. I'm giving it to you for only 10 bucks each. You can spend 20 bucks and learn about men's haircut shapes and women's. The shape is a shape, but sometimes understanding what haircut is gonna work best for you, that like, should you get a fringe? Should you not get a fringe? Should you have layers and all that kind of stuff? It's really, really helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you have a better understanding of the importance of the haircut shape now combined with the face shape. It all really goes hand in hand. And I hope you really found this video helpful. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.